It's another What I Eat in a Day video. If you like that kind of thing, stick around. We're getting into it right now. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Manya and I've lost over 30 pounds and am maintaining it on the WW Purple Plan. I eat primarily a whole food, plant-based diet that's very low in fat and almost no oil. So today I'm going to show you everything that I eat to be successful on WW, but I do want to let you know that this is a no judgment channel. So don't think that you have to eat exactly like me to be successful. What I want to show you is why I love 100% the WW Purple Plan and wish that other people would give it as much love. I feel like people are a little scared of purple, so the whole purpose of my channel is to demystify WW Purple and hopefully bring some of you into the fold. So this is the last you're going to see of me. All you'll see from here on out is food. I will say this is a pretty typical day of eating for me. So I hope you find this helpful. If you like this channel, I have lots and lots of other content just like this. Okay, let's get into the food. Here is my breakfast. This is my loaded oatmeal, which I have the vast majority of mornings. I love this because it is warm and satisfying and filling. And I'm always cold, even in North Texas when it's 100 degrees. If I'm not directly outside, you know, we just over air condition everything as far as I'm concerned. So I love starting with this in the morning. Plus it's packed full of nutrients. This is half a cup of oatmeal cooked in water. And let's see, then I have bananas, frozen mango, and blueberries. And then mixed inside, I have a quarter teaspoon of chia seeds, hemp seeds, and then half a teaspoon of flaxseed meal. That keeps this bowl 0 points. And I also have, well, excuse me, I'm sorry, that's not true. I also have a quarter cup of homemade soy milk, which is 1 point. So this whole breakfast is 1 point. This would be very easy to make 0 points if you left out the soy milk. I also have turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper, and then recently I've been supplementing a little with zinc, although I'm not sure I'm gonna continue this. You know, we've all been hearing that zinc is good to help boost the immune system, especially around COVID. But then I saw an interview with Dr. Neil Barnard from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and he said he wouldn't supplement with zinc, so I might just finish that bottle and be done with it, but that is sort of currently what I'm doing. I also supplement with vitamin D, even though I really get a lot of sun in the summer. You know, the studies have shown we're all pretty deficient in vitamin D because we spend so much time inside. So I do supplement with that. All right, this is breakfast. Morning snack time. What I have here are a sweet potato variation. Now, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I absolutely adore Japanese sweet potatoes. I've had a hard time finding them. They're easy to find at Asian markets, but other than that, they're hard to find because they're different than regular sweet potatoes. They are much sweeter and firmer. So I think they hold together better and they're more delicious. However, if you have a Trader Joe's in your area, I have recently learned that Trader Joe's has Japanese sweet potatoes. They're just not called Japanese sweet potatoes. They're called Murasaki sweet potatoes, but they taste just like Japanese sweet potatoes. So I went to Trader Joe's and I have 3 bags of these now. So that should last me a couple of weeks. But this was some kind of sweet potato that I bought at a local Texas grocery store chain called Central Market. And they taste like Japanese sweet potatoes to me. Aren't they beautiful? Can you see that beautiful purple color? You'd never know it looking at them from the outside how beautiful they are. So what I will put on top, because they don't need a lot because they are super sweet on their own, is some hickory smoked sea salt and some nutritional yeast. And that is my morning snack. All right, here is lunch. This is sushi in a bowl. I love sushi in a bowl for 2 reasons. One, I'm no good at rolling sushi rolls, so you just work around that problem by piling everything in a bowl. And 2, because the toppings are completely up to you. So you can do what I did here, which was to use up a bunch of cooked vegetables that I already had in the fridge. You see green beans, green peas, celery, carrots, and some tofu, or you can put fish on top, or you can put some other kind of vegetables on top. And especially if you cut up the nori and put it on top of the bowl, it tastes just like a sushi roll, especially with some wasabi and soy sauce on the side. Afternoon snack time. I'm going to eat, well, I've already started eating this plum, just eating it like an apple. And then you can probably hear in the background, I'm also making some popcorn. I used to eat popcorn every single night with a ton of spray oil to make everything stick. And when I really gave up oil, I stopped doing that, but I just feel like having some popcorn today. So I have this in my cupboard. I don't think I've used it. I don't think I've used any oil in over 2 months. But I'm gonna use a bit of this, some salt, and nutritional yeast to make myself some cheesy popcorn. Here we go, the big reveal. Beautiful, beautiful popcorn. And then I'm going to take a quiz, and in about an hour I'm going to go work out. So I think these carbohydrates will be good for my workout, and I will see you for dinner. So dinner is not completely ready, but I wanted to show you pre-microwave what my dinner bowl looks like. What I have here is pearl barley. I batch cooked a bunch of this earlier today. I like to batch cook a grain once a week, and then I sort of eat it all week. It's not the only grain I eat, but I find it helpful to have a grain in the fridge. I usually also have rice in the fridge. I have edamame. This is raw kale, steamed cauliflower, and this, my friends, is corn butter. Look at how weird that is. Okay, so the only thing that's in this is corn kernels, onion powder, or is it garlic powder? I think it's garlic powder, some salt, nutritional yeast, and agar-agar. So agar-agar is a vegan gelatin. It's a plant-based, well, let me show you. It's a powder. There we go. So it's a powder. It looks like baking soda, baking powder. It looks like, be careful, it can look like onion powder. It has no smell that I can discern. I don't think it has a taste, but it can be used to tighten things up the way that gelatin does without, you know, having to grind up animal bones in order to do it. So that's how you make a corn butter. I would call this 0 points. Sometimes WW, when you process things like this, likes to point them out, but for me, where I am in my journey, I don't need to do that. So I'm gonna microwave this whole thing for about 1.5 minutes. The butter will dissolve, which is why I wanted to show it to you now. And then I have some potatoes that are baking in my countertop oven. They were already cooked. I always have potatoes. I'll show you. These are my Japanese sweet potatoes for the week. They're already cooked. I roasted them for an hour and cut the ends off, and I will eat them like an apple. So I always have potatoes, just like I always have grains. So I'm taking those, I took those they're little baby potatoes. I'll show you the finished dish. And I'm baking them until they're browned on both sides. And then on top of all of this, I'm gonna put some green apple sauerkraut. This is a new to me sauerkraut. It's out of Houston and it has apples in it. So it's cabbage, apples, water, and salt. It's not as appley as I thought it was gonna be. I thought maybe I could use it as a dessert sauerkraut, maybe on my oatmeal, but it's not particularly desserty. So the potatoes are almost done. I will come back and show you what it looks like as a final dish. Okay, here's the finished dish. I will see you for dessert. Okay, here's dessert. It's looking a little soupy tonight, but this is pretty much the dessert I eat every evening. There's Scottish oatmeal on the bottom mixed with peanut powder made into peanut butter, and I use the kind of peanut butter that has no sugar and no salt. And then on top is thawed frozen cherries, thawed blueberries, and some vegan chocolate chips. It is very easy to manipulate the points up or down on this. So if you don't want to have such a pointy dessert, you can take out the chocolate chips. You can reduce the amount of peanut butter. Oh, I put some agave. You don't have to do that. But as you can see, I mostly eat whole foods, unprocessed foods all day long. So I can afford point-wise to indulge myself a little. All right, that was the day.